Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the next video in the UiPath document understanding series where we are trying to understand document understanding in a step-by-step manner. In the first video, we have already seen what exactly is document understanding, why it is important, what are the different kinds of documents we can have, and where does document understanding sit in context of RPA. In case you are not aware of the background, please do watch the previous video that will help you to understand this video better. I have posted the link of the complete playlist in the description for your reference. Today, in this video, I am going to discuss about something which is called Extraction Builder versus Document Understanding Framework. Now, the whole idea of document understanding is to extract the data from the documents. It can be a scanned document, it can be a native document, it can be a receipt, invoice, passport, all of that we have seen in the first video, right? So if you see, the whole objective for me is to extract the data from the documents. Now, UiPath has got two methods. One is the extraction builder and the other is the document understanding framework. So first of all, it is important for us to decide which one should I pick. And that is what we are going to cover in this video, where our focus would be more on the extraction builder. And then in the upcoming videos, we would be going deep down into the document understanding framework, right? So this would be our agenda for today. We are going to start with choose the correct platform, that which platform you should choose. I'll talk about extraction automation builder and a little bit about UiPath document understanding framework, what is the difference between them, when to use what, and then we will have a demo of the extraction automation builder where we'll try to build a use case with the extraction automation builder. Okay, so this would be our agenda for today. In case you are coming to the channel for the first time and you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel to get the next videos in the document understanding series. Subscribing to the channel is free for you, but it helps me to grow my YouTube channel. Having said that, let's get started. First thing first, I want to talk about UiPath Extraction Automation Builder. What exactly is the Extraction Automation Builder of UiPath? The Extraction Automation Builder is designed to simplify the setup of document understanding workflow. It specifically focuses on automating the extraction process of a single document type. So for example, there is a developer and who has a simple use case where he has to extract the data only from one invoice. Or let's say I have a business requirement where the business wants to just extract data from the passport, or he just want to extract the data from an invoice, a receipt. Now, if you think the effort of writing the document understanding process, right, they have to go to your developer who is good in UiPath Studio, where they will configure, write the complete automation in a document understanding framework, deploy it, test it, and then they will be able to get the output, right? And for a single kind of document with a less requirement, building the complete automation framework does not seem to be a good solution. So now for that we have something which is called the Extraction Automation Builder. If I talk about the functionality, UiPath has given us predefined document types. It allows us to create a Studio Web workflow. You do not even require UiPath Studio to use the Extraction Automation Builder. UiPath has a new tool which is called Studio Web. As the name suggests, you would be able to code this automation directly into your browser without any setup. Yes, you heard me right, without any setup. So you have to go to Studio Web and then you have to process the document. I'll show you all of this in this demo. All we have to do is we just upload the document. The document would be saved in the orchestrator in the storage buckets. It would be automatically get classified, and based on the predefined extractors, UiPath would be able to extract the relevant data for you. And you as a user have to just configure it by just providing a minimal settings. How cool is that? The last one is the user-friendly onboarding. The goal here is to provide a smooth and easy onboarding experience so that users can quickly start and extract the data from the invoices, right? So that tool or that builder is called the extraction automation builder, which is also available with UiPath, right? So this was the requirement for the first one, right? Now there is a UiPath document understanding framework, which as a most of the developer might heard of it. Now what is that? Now UiPath document understanding is a robust solution for processing unstructured data from the document. Now here also the primary objective is to extract the information. Now here what is the difference? The difference is you have more control on the code. You can use it for a large variety of documents with different departments. You can train it, you can classify, you have machine learning models. So here the document understanding framework is a more robust framework which can handle a large variety of documents, different types, more control to the developer, and it has all the different stages which are being followed by the developer. So in case you have a single requirement, you can always go with the extraction builder. In case I have the complete framework where I have to build an enterprise level project, I would have to go for the document understanding framework. And you would understand that when we will go in a step-by-step manner, right? So as of now, you just have to make sure that we have two things. One is the extraction automation builder and the second is the document understanding framework. Okay. Now, what is the difference? If I just talk about the differences, so please focus a little bit here. Thus, document understanding process has a broader spectrum of document types and use cases, whereas the extraction automation builder focuses on a single document type, right? So the scope for the document understanding project is wider, and for the extraction builder is only a single document. If I talk about the customization, the document understanding framework allows you to have more customization. You have more control on the automation, including handling custom document type, creating custom extractors and all of that, whereas in the extraction builder, you have the limited scope of doing the customization. If I talk about the complexity, so the document understanding framework is more comprehensive and involve more setup, which provides you greater flexibility, right? So it is a more comprehensive framework which has all the stages in a step-by-step manner. So that means that you need a more knowledge of the DU and you need a greater setup, but the output of that is you get greater flexibility. Whereas in the extraction builder, you can start immediately. So if I have to summarize it in one line, the one line would be this, which I have highlighted. The extraction automation builder streamline the process for a specific document, whereas the DU framework or the document understanding frameworks offers a more comprehensive solution for handling diverse document and the data extraction needs, right? So I hope till this point you understand that we have two things. Okay. Now you might be having question, right? What are the other things as a developer I should be knowing? So these are some of the things which I have listed very precise manner. So we'll just go one by one, and rest you can take a screenshot and keep it with you. Okay. So what is the purpose? We have already discussed that automation builder is for a single document, and the document understanding framework is for a complete processing of the diverse document type. If I talk of the functionality, it has the predefined document types. Predefined document types, which is predefined by UiPath, and it is a user friendly onboarding. You don't need any major setup, and that you would see when I go to the demo. And here in terms of functionality, you have data classification, validation, taxonomy, ML models, all of that is available for you in the document understanding framework. For the customization, here you have limited customization, no custom extractors. Here the document understanding highly customizable, support custom documents, and all of that is configurable. If I talk about how versatile it is focusing only on a single document type, whereas the DU handles a wide range of documents. Complexity wise, it is very simple setup, ideal for quick onboarding. In case you want to do a quick setup, in case you want to get immediately started, you can get started with automation builder. This is for more comprehensive, more setup, but offers a great flexibility. Learning models, it has a predefined extractor which are provided by UiPath for you, and here it utilizes the ML models for improved accuracy. Handling multiple document type, which we have already discussed, just in a different way I have written. If I talk about the use cases, this is suitable for the scenario with a single document like invoice receipt, it is ideal for a use case which is for a company. Let's say in a finance department, I can have receipts, I can have invoice, I can have notices and all those stuff, right? And here the use case would be a single. Now if I talk about the supported features, here you have the basic extraction, classification and workflow creation. Means you provide the invoice, it will extract the data, classify it, and it will also create the automation for you. Whereas the document understanding framework is a complete full-fledged framework for you. Okay, so depending on your requirement, you can choose which one to get started with, right? Today we are going to focus more on the extraction automation builder. Now, till this point, I hope you guys are with me and you understand that we have two things. One is extraction automation builder and the other is the DU framework. Now let's go and explore the extraction automation builder, where it is located and how I can get started. Okay. So to get started with the automation extraction builder, the only thing you require is a cloud account of UiPath. So I am on my cloud.uipath.com. Okay, so this is my community account. You all should have it, right? So you just have to go to cloud.uipath.com. In case you don't have an account, you can just go to this website, create a new account, and as soon as you log in, you should land on this page. The website is cloud.uipath.com. Okay, once you are in this page, on the left hand side menu, you would see a lot of small icons. So there in the three buttons at the bottom, you have something which is called the document understanding. So left menu, click on these three dots and select the document understanding. Okay, once you are in the document understanding, you would see something screen like this. Okay, and here you have two options. The first option is create a project, where it says create a document understanding project to train your own custom model. The second one is create a document understanding using one of our out of box model. And this is the second option, which is talks about the extraction builder. So I will leave the first option and I'll click on the second one, which is called this one, create a document understanding automation with one of our out of box model. I'll click on that and it opens something which is called the extraction automation builder, the one which we are discussing in the presentation, right? Now it is asking me to upload a sample document here. Now where do we get the files? As I have promised that I am going to share you all the material for the use cases which we are building. So to download the files, you have to go to this website, which is mukeshkala.com. So the people who are following along with my playlist and the videos, you might be aware of this website, but in case you are not aware, I am again going to tell you. So this is my website where I am sharing all the codes and everything. So you have to go to this website, mukeshkala.com. I'll post the URL in the description as well. Go here and click on this button, which is the downloads. Okay, and in the downloads, I have kept all the codes, every material on this channel, including the use cases, everything, whichever you see on the screen. Now if you scroll down at the bottom, you would see that I have got a section which is extraction builder practice file, and here you have a button which is called download the file. Click on that button and it should download a zip file for you, which is having the files which I am going to use in this demo. Okay, and you can see here I have the document understanding practice files as well, which means that we are also preparing, at least I am also preparing for the document understanding practice videos, right? So you can download these files also, and you can try the today's video, the extraction builder, with these files also, right? So you can download any one of those. So once you click on this button, it will download a zip file for you. Just unzip the folder with the extraction builder files and you would see three documents, one invoice, one receipt, and one is a driving license. Okay, and today our objective would be to extract the data from these documents. So you can pause the video and download the files and then come back to the video again to continue with this tutorial. In case you were able to successfully download the file and unzip it, please comment down download successful, so that I understand that yes, people are able to follow along this tutorial and it is going in the right direction. Okay, I'll wait for your comment and now let's move forward. Okay, so with the files which you have now, and you have this wizard as well. Let's say I have a requirement and I want to get the data from this invoice. it has a table also, and it is a scanned invoice, right? Please note that this is a scanned invoice. So what we have to do is we just open this extraction builder and drag and drop this PDF file into this one. You can simply click on the upload button and also browse the file. That should also work. Okay. So what we have done is we have just uploaded the invoice. And now if you see here, without me writing a single line of code, UiPath Extraction Builder is telling me that it is 82% confident that it is an invoice. How cool is that, right? Without me writing a single piece of code, it is clearly able to identify it. And also it is saying that in case there is a misclassification, that it is not able to identify it clearly, you have an option to change it from here, right? So as we have seen, it is having a limited option. So these are the options which you have. In case it is not able to classify it, you can change it here, but for us it looks good. It is asking me, what do you want to name the project? So I want to name the project as extract the invoices, right? And I'll just put my name so that I know that this is my project for tutorials by Mukeshkala. You have this option which is called add the project description, good practice. So I would just say extraction builder invoices demo and validate the document data. This option means since this is being processed by the robot automatically, as a human, would you like to validate the data also, that what it has extracted? If no, you want to have whatever data is provides, I'm happy with it, you can toggle this off. But in case I am writing an automation, I would always like to validate the data first before exporting it, right? So I'll keep this option on. Validate document data is set to on. With all this configuration, all you have to do is just click on this button, which is create the workflow. Now UiPath is creating a automation workflow for me, and as you notice on the browser URL, now it is creating a workflow in the Studio Web. So same like we have UiPath Studio, which is a desktop based setup, I have something which is called UiPath Studio Web, where I can just code the automation in the browser. So now as you can see, without me writing any automation, it has created this automation where it says that I will manually trigger it. Whatever files you have uploaded, I will create a storage bucket for it in your workspace and you with this name. So this also it has created, and this is the file path in the automation builder. Name of the invoice is invoice02.pdf that it has taken from the file name. Okay, so what it has done, it has created a trigger for you that you have to trigger, manually trigger it, and it has stored the file in the storage bucket, right? I'll show you where exactly is the storage bucket as well. Once it is done, then it is writing a log message that I am processing the file invoice2.pdf. You would see that in the log so that we understand that what the automation is doing. Next, extract document data. So this is the model, predefined model by UiPath. As you can see, there is written predefined. It is using invoices, and these are all the details which are pre-configured by UiPath for us to utilize. I don't have to change anything here. Now it is asking me where is the input file, and the input file is the one which you have just uploaded to the storage bucket, right? And all of this configuration is done by UiPath for me. I didn't write a single piece of code. And then if you remember, I told UiPath that yes, I want to validate. So that's why there is something which is called validate data document, where it will give you an option and it will give you a chance to validate the records, and then simply it will extract the output data saying that the following data has been extracted. Okay, so this was the automation. You don't have to change anything here, right? And that's it. And now we can just go here and click on this button, which is test. You can also click on test step by step so that you know that what is happening, but I would like to go here directly click on this one, test the project and let's see how does it behave. Okay, so see the logs, building the project is built successful on the logs, transferring the project transfer, restoring the NuGet, all the things whichever it is doing, it you will see in the logs. It says that the execution started, you can see run successful. Now it is extracting the data, and once the extraction is done, we have instructed it to show me a validation. So extraction is done, right? And I'll just say ask me later, this one. And now you would see here, since I have asked it that I want to do a human validation, it is instructing me that Mukesh, I have created a task for you. What is a task? A task is same like any task, any work we assign to somebody, right? So UiPath DU has assigned a work to me, and that assignment happens in UiPath tool which is called UiPath Action Center, right? So the people who know a little bit about the UiPath products, we have a new product. We have not a new product, we have a different product which is called UiPath Action Center, where you can assign the task. The robots can assign the task and you can complete the task and give the command back to the robot. So now what is happening here? If you see here, it is saying that I have suspended, that I am not stopped, but I am in a suspended stage. I need some input from the human user. And where exactly the human user will give the input? You see here, a new task has been created. Let's click on this button which is open in Action Center. And you see here, this is suspended. Okay, so I go here and I open this in Action Center. Now what would happen? The UiPath document understanding would have extracted the information and it would be showing as an action to me. Let's see what is the action. So this has created an action. So now you in the Action Center, you can assign it to your team members, you can assign to your colleagues, but I want to assign it to self, that okay, I am the one who is going to work on it. So task is assigned to me successfully. Now if you see here, whatever data the invoice has, it has extracted this data here, all the details. Let's try to validate this color, right? One thing we need to remember here is these colors match this color. So this green is green, this vendor address is this, right? So for you to better segregate this, so it says that Mukesh, I got a vendor name as Cyrus Cybernetic Corp and I am 99% confident on it, right? So this looks good. If this looks good, you have to just confirm it by clicking on this button. Confirm that the extracted value is correct. And it validated. We ask for a human validation, right? Vendor address. It says that this is the vendor address and I'm 97% confidence. Okay, good. Billing name. Whom is the bill to? CHOAM. So that's also correct. Billing address, 96% confident, right? So this we are doing the human validation, right? Shipping address, invoice number, customer purchase number, right? Now there was a field which was called vendor VAT number, which this invoice did not have, right? It has the VAT as 19%, but it did not have the VAT. And this where it says that I am not able to extract. Now here you have two options. If the VAT number was there and it was not able to process, you can just click on this plus button and add the value. But since it is actually not there, I can just go here and I say that, click on this and it will mark as that yes, the VAT was missing. Apart from that, invoice number, all these details it was able to identify. It is also able to identify the payment due, which is due in 30 days. From here, due within 30 days, right? So it is 48% confident. You can just click on that and it will increase the confidence that yes, it was correct, right? Let's say just for an example, right? This net amount as of now, it has taken to 247, this one. But let's say this is not correct. How you can correct it? You can just click on that number, which is this, okay? And then you can click on this and say change the extracted value, and now it will take the new value whatever you have got. right? So that's what is called human validation, where the robot was not able to do and you just can have an option to change it. If it is missing, just pass missing. If it is there, just click on this button, select the value and say change extracted value. It has made it incorrect, just say mark as missing, right? So all these options are controlled by these two buttons only, right? So once that is done, all the details whatever it has extracted, I want to just go and say this, yes, this is what I need. So you can just click on confirm, right? And then once all of this is done, right, you don't have to click on this. I can just, it's good always to confirm the data whichever it has extracted. Now I want to show you the good part. Here you see that we had something which is called a table also. So if you scroll down, you would have something which is called a table. So UiPath, this guy was also able to extract the table for you. So you click on this table, this grid kind of thing, and it will open the table for you on the right hand side. So whatever data you have in the table, the same table is also extracted for you here. See, this complete table is as it is extracted for you. How cool is that, right? Once all of that is done, just say save and close. Automatically confirmed. If you don't click on these as well, UiPath will automatically confirm for you. Do you want to continue? I say yes, continue and save, right? And then you don't have to tick on everything, right? You can just, let's say I have left this. So if I just click here and I say submit, it will automatically confirm the fields for you, right? So you don't have to confirm all the fields. So how cool is that, right? And once that is done, I just click on this button, which is save and continue. So now what has done, we have asked the human for the validation, the human completed it, and now for the Mukesh, this user, it don't have any task, right? So the task whatever you give, that will come to here. Let's go to the automation. So the automation is still in suspended state because it has given a task to the human, right? Now in the real time automation, once you deploy this solution, what would happen? As soon as the human complete this task, this automation will automatically get resume, right? So as of now it is in suspended state and I am running it manually, so I have to manually resume it. But the functionality of Action Center is such that as soon as the task is completed, the automation will automatically resume. So I have completed the task, but since I am doing it manually, I have to manually resume this. So now the human has validated the data. Now all we have to do is write the extracted data back here, and you could see here the extracted data is written here. I can just click on this copy button and open a notepad. Let's see what data is extracted. And this is all the data which has extracted for this document, which was a scanned document without me writing a single line of code. See, all the data whatever we see is now extracted here. I hope you like this feature, right? And let me know in the comments if you were able to extract this information. Okay, now what is the next thing here? Once you are done with this extraction, right, you have an option here which is called publish. So what would happen? You can publish this project to the orchestrator. Yes, that's true. You can click on this button which is publish, and now this would be passed to orchestrator, and I say publish, and this automation is now sent directly to the publish, which is by the same name, tutorials by Mukeshkala, published successfully and gone. If I now go back to my orchestrator, which is this one only, orchestrator, right? Same place, all of these things are available. So I'll go back to the same orchestrator which I am connected to. Now here, all the automation whichever you published from that would be available in your My Workspace. Go to the processes and you see this one, extract invoice tutorials by Mukeshkala, is available here for you to trigger it. Now there was one more thing. Where exactly are those files getting stored? I told you that it is in the storage buckets. So in the My Workspace, you have something which is called the storage buckets, right? We have discussed storage bucket in one of the previous series, very old. You can just search the channel. I'll post the link. where we have used the storage buckets, right? So storage bucket is a storage inside orchestrator to keep all the files. So automatically it created a du storage bucket for me, and you can see all the files which I have used, right? And today we have used this one, which is the invoice02.pdf, which is available here. And from here, this automation is taking the file, running the automation, and doing all the stuff, right? How cool is that? In case you are able to follow along and able to extract, just comment down extract, right? So I would be happy that yes, you guys were able to extract. Now what is the next thing? One more interesting thing is, let's go back here. You can click on go back to the projects. So in the document understanding, right, once you have written this project, okay, and I'll go to the home and I'll show you the navigation. You have triggered all of that and done. Now let's say you want to change the project, or you have some addition or thing to do, right? All those projects whichever you have done would be available for you in this button, which is the Studio Web. So click on that button and that will open this guy for you, which is UiPath Studio Web, right, where you can test the other projects as well. But since we already created the project was available here in this one, which is the project tabs. And these are all the projects which I have created, right? So this one is the one, extract invoices tutorials by Mukeshkala, we just created 11 minutes ago. The very good part about this one is, and I'm really excited to share this to you, that let's say you are more comfortable in UiPath Studio and you are a studio developer. You can click on these three buttons and you can open this guy in UiPath Studio as well. So I can click on this button and I say open in your desktop studio. Open in desktop studio. I say open, and now this same automation would be available for me to be edited, reused, republished, do all of that thing into my UiPath Studio, right? But one thing we should remember here is that you should be connected to the same tenant and the same account here, otherwise it won't be able to open, right? I hope that it understood. So we are connected to the same account. See, tutorials by Mukeshkala, this is the same account I have created. All changes in the overlapping products would be lost. I say yes. We'll just wait for that. So you see, this is the same account and my assistant is also connected to the same account, right? So otherwise it won't be able to open that, right? Make sure that you are connected to the same one. So I created the automation here and I am able to open the same into my UiPath desktop studio. Now here you have all the control with you, right? Now here you can change the storage bucket file, add the logs, processing, add input output arguments, republish this. Instead of getting the data like this, you can do it in Excel, and all of that is now your development and coding logic, right? But the thing you should see here is that I was able to write this automation, complete this automation without writing a single piece of code, right? Similarly, you can now customize this workflow to work with multiple files, do a for each loop here, right? And process all of the files one by one. Now back to my automation project, and here now let me show you with a other document that what other things might happen. So I'll go here again to the same screen, click on the automation, and this time let me open a driving license. So now I just go here. You can also upload the files here, click to upload, or you can just drag and drop. Let me just upload the file. I'll go to document understanding, extraction builder files, and this time let's try to open the driving license. So the driving license is getting uploaded. Now here it is saying that Mukesh, I'm 99% confident this is an ID card, and I just say here extract ID cards and I just name my here TBMK, right? I'll just keep all of this here and I say validate document data and I say create the workflow, right? So again the same, it has kept in the same storage bucket which we have seen. All of this is done, and then we are going to write the extracted data here. So I'll just go here and I click on this button, which is the test. Okay. Now since we have toggled on the validation, we could be able to see, right, that what data it is able to extract, treating this as an identity card. Okay. So let's see what happens. So this has run successfully. Now the extraction of the data is getting completed, validating the data. Task has been created. So I'll open in Action Center. Assign to self, right? And this is where you would see it says the document type is driving license, right? The name, first name, last name, birthplace is not extracted because it has no birthplace, I guess. Yes, it has the date of birth. Female. Nationality is also not mentioned here, I guess. Yes, that's also correct. Issued date, expiry date, and authority, all of that is not. Now here the authority is not extracted, right? But let's say I know that the authority is USA at the top, so you can just click on this button USA and say click on this button add, and it will add that as an authority, right? Once all of this is done, I'll just go here and click on this button, which is submit, and it is going to continue all the fields. Save and continue, right? Go back to the automation, say resume, right? And it would be able to extract the data from that field as well. Let me just go to the notepad, paste it, and you would see that for the driving license, this is the data which we have extracted without writing much of the automation. How cool is that, right? So I hope you guys are able to follow along with me. And now there is one thing which is remaining, which is this receipt. Okay, assignment for you guys is you have to create an automation with receipt, same like this. Start fresh, upload the receipt, extract the data, and you have to tell me whether you were able to extract the data from the receipt or not. Once you have done the extraction for this one, I want you to drop me an email with this screenshot so that I understand that yes, you were able to follow along this tutorial. And the best would be that if you guys can post this screenshot into your LinkedIn and tag me on that, saying that Mukesh, I was able to follow along your tutorial and I was able to successfully create an automation with our validation builder. I would be much more happy to amplify your post, right? Also feel free to invite your friends who are very new to document understanding, because we are learning it in a step-by-step manner. So it would be good if more people get more feedback. Okay, so that was all about Extraction Builder. I wanted to show you guys, and I believe that you would be able to follow along with me, right? In the next videos of the playlist, we are now going to deep dive into the document understanding framework, which is more comprehensive, more robust framework, right? But the Extraction Builder just give you a quick start and you can feel that yes, we have built something, right? Having said that, I would like to wrap this video here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video of Document Understanding Framework. Thank you for watching and happy automation.